Guys, welcome back. This is Jimdel-Edu. Welcome back for part 7. I want, before we get started, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank all of you for subscribing, commenting, sharing. Okay, this channel. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Also, for those of you who do not subscribe yet, please do so. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And then now let's continue with part 7 of our series called Chat App Live Chat Advanced System. Okay, and we did part 6. Now this is part 7. Inside of part 7, what we are going to create we are going to create another file. If you go back to your code, open live support chat.js, or open your JavaScript file. We call it live support chat.js. And if you see, you scroll up here, this block of code inside of our constructor, and we did create authenticate.php here. Now we are going to create conversation.php next, and then inside of our conversation, remember we have to include main.php. Also, I'm going to check if the user login. If the user is not logging, we have to exit error message. And next, the reason why for the conversation, we have to ensure to get the ID parameter to see if it exists. Also, we have to update the account status to occupied and to retrieve the conversation based on that ID. And what I'm talking about, the retrieve the conversation and the account ID as well. When I'm talking about account ID, when you log in or sign in, I have to retrieve them from the inside of our database. I'm talking about the ID itself, full name, your photo URL, and your role, your status, and your last date seen. Also, I'm going to check if the conversation does not exist. Remember, you have to exit error message. And I'm going to retrieve inside of our conversation.php. I'm going to retrieve all the messages based on the conversation ID. And then for this, I'm going to use a statement and retrieve as well. Next, I'm going to retrieve all the word filters from the database. Filters. And if you say something that the admin can change the words. Okay. Also, we have to update the read messages, and not only that, we are going to group all messages by the submit date, which is very important for that. We have to group them by the submit date. And next, last but not least, I'm going to create the conversation template inside of conversation.php. Okay, let's get started. Now, the next thing I want you to do, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go here, highlight conversation.php, click on it, copy, and go to your main folder, right click, new file, and save as. Okay, and paste it here. Now we have conversation.php, and save it. Okay, now the first thing, remember, is our PHP, and then remember we have to include the main file, and this is where we said include main.php. And then now what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to check if the user is logged in, and with the if statement, That's why I'm going to say if login, like this. Okay, and if the user login, or okay, and but if the user is not logged in, for example, if I said user is not logged in, I have to exit error message like this. Okay, and then go here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that the ID parameter exists. Okay, I'm going to say param exist. Okay, exist parameter exist. I'm going to use the if statement. Now get ID. Okay, exit here error. Okay, now guys, let me move this over here. Okay, so far let me zoom in this. Okay, now it's big enough. All right, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to update the account. Let's update the account status. Wow. Okay, to do so, remember I told you I'm going to use a statement. This is my table called account. Equal to this. Okay. This session here. This is for the chart widget account ID here, this one. And semicolon. Okay, now we update the account status to occupied, and then now let's retrieve the conversation based on the ID parameter and account ID as well. So to do so, this is how I'm going to say retrieve the conversation and account ID. Okay. Okay. Now use the same thing. I'm going to use statement. Okay. Okay, now I want you to follow me here, guys, to see what I'm going to do here. What I'm going to do here. Okay. All right. Now I say statement equal PDO. Okay. And then now what I want you I want you to pay close attention here. Okay. Now click here. Okay. And bring this one down like this. And go back here, go to the next line. Okay. And comma. That for the sender, for now this one for the receiver ID. For now we're using for the full name. Full name, sender full name. Account sender full name, okay. It's supposed to be A2. No, this one A2. So yeah, as account receiver full name. Receiver, this is the full name. Okay, let me scroll up, and now this one is for photo, a photo URL, because you will use photo URL. We will use photo URL as photo URL usually as a sender photo URL. Okay, and we need that photo URL again. For a receiver photo URL. Now we got status. Now for the wall, last seen last scene here, it should be receiver. Don't put camera on this one, okay? And then let's go that. Let's go up. Now should be everything here. Remember, let me show you. This is how we retrieve the conversation and account ID, because of all of this, and we should take them from conversations, okay? Because we have to create, we will create conversations, okay? Because we have a table called conversation, okay? From conversation, and we have to use the join. Let's see, should be, let me go back in. Conversation ID equal, see that ID like this, okay. Let me scroll here and use the workflows where you want everything to happen, where see that or okay, and okay, I have to so okay, remember this is the last part, and bring it down here, and then now we can put oops, okay. Now let's go to the next line, and I'm going to use a statement to execute everything. the chat widget, yes, account, and here use session again, yes, and I put the semicolon here. Okay. Messages. Everything here retrieve the conversation and account ID, guys. Okay, but one thing we have to say, once after retrieving them, now what if the conversation does not exist? We have to exit the error message. This is I'm going to say conversation does not conversation does not exist, and error message if there is no conversation. If no, that's why I put here no conversation here, and exit. Error. Okay. All right. Now, and go to the next line. What does that mean? Conversation, it's for the sender, yep. Account sender ID is not equal to the chat account ID, sender or receiver. Okay, let me put it this way. I'll put it this way. It's not equal, and I have to pass the session here. Okay, it's not equal to the chat widget account ID. This guy here. Sender. Receiver. Okay. Now this is where I'm going to retrieve all the messages based on the conversation ID. Okay, let me add this retrieve. Okay, and I'm going to use the statement on my table called messages, where my conversation ID, we don't know yet. Okay, submit it. Okay. Come on, man. Messages. Now I have to execute everything. Okay. After execute everything, I'm gonna need a result for that. Pass inside of the area. Okay. True. Okay. Now, guys, this is where I'm going to retrieve all my word or inside of my filters from the database and call it word filters. Fetch all. Okay, now and then after retrieve all my the word filters, now this is where I'm going to update the read messages. Let's update our read messages, and by using a statement. Okay. Now this is where I have to execute that statement. Chat with your account ID. Yes. Okay. Now guys, next thing what I'm going to do is to group after update my grid message. Now I'm going to group all of them, okay, by submit date. This is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to group all my messages by the submit date. Okay, let's do that and go to the next line. Let's add some comment. Group. Let's say all messages. Okay. By the submit date. And to do so, I'm going to each group. Okay. Now here for the result, as replace this and okay, as result, and let pass our code from here. Column word, so yeah, word filters to camera, and then here it's supposed to be word. The same thing, every column here. I have to get word filter as well. Okay, and here replacement. And then here for the camera, okay, and bring this down. Follow me. And bring this back. Let me show you. This one. This is the opening. This is the closing. Let's bring the closing back. Now we are here. Special okay, here message okay. Now Now what we are going to do now, let's work with the result. Now for the attachment, just put the camera inside of it and leave it blank. And here like this. Is the format like this. And here for the camera. Now that's why we are going to use a string to date, string to time. This is string to time. Here submit date. Equal result. Okay. And what I want you to do, I want you to bring this down. This is the disclosing bracket, bring it up, and the PHP closing PHP, bring this up as well. Okay, from here guys, now next what I'm going to do, remember we are going to create the conversation template. Let me just announce here, let me announce this one, let me announce it here. Okay, no, it's okay. Okay, let's bring this everything up right here. Now let's go after the closing PHP, skip one line. This is where we are going to create our conversation template. Okay, and to do so, that's why I'm going to use div. Okay, let pass call this message header. Okay, and inside here I'm going to create another div. The second div inside of this div, remember we're creating now the, let me put it this way. Okay, yes. Okay, we need another div. Now for the, call it profile image. Okay, and go here, and this says I'm going to pass the PHP. Okay, and okay, and let me put it this way for you and bring this, yeah. All right, now let's go PHP equal not empty, bring this here for the conversation. Okay, and then here URL. Let's bring this down just to separate. We don't want them to mixed up. And now let's pass our image sources right here. Okay. And then, oh no, let's close this after the, let's close it after the, put it inside. Let's close it after the single. If you are reach at this part right here, let me, okay, cut this one, okay, and remember we have a single quote. Let me bring this up like this, increase the size so that you can see what I'm talking about here. Okay, now we got a single quote. Inside of the single quote, this is where we are going to pass our image, and this is where I'm going to pass it as an image. Okay, space equal double quote, and we need a single quote right here. See what I'm doing? We need a single quote, and here, okay, let me decrease the size. Wait, something is missing, I guess. It looks like we remove. It looks like we remove a single quote. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I think it's okay here. Now we, okay, let me HTML, yeah, like this, and okay, all right. Let me bring this down, guys. Okay, remember this, the closing PHP, bring this down right here, and remember, see, this is where I'm going to bring this down right here so that you can see, or we can put in this second line. But I will bring it up, but keep it here, and then once I'm done, I will move it up. Yes. Okay, and then here, this is where I want you to add. Okay, go here, remove it. See, we got our end quote here. Let me increase this 1 second. No, let me decrease this. and put alt here. Once you put alt, put equal, put a double quote, and put a single quote, like this. And here, I want you to follow me closely. And here we need a space, that space. Okay? And bring this down. We need the same thing. Okay? Oops. Let me go back. Let me go back here. Undo. Okay. Now we need a bracket. Close it. And inside single quote. Okay. And then this is where I have to pass the account here. And after photo, we need a full name. Here. Oh, this is the closing. Yes, we missed the closing. Okay. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this down. And okay, remember, let me bring it up. You have a space, and then bring this like this, and this is where we have to put a single quote. Okay, and go inside. Okay, and profile image. I think we should. Okay, and here, yes. Okay. Pass a style here and give it a background color. Pass a style here and create a, we need a single quote here, and let's bring this down. Okay, let's bring this down and color from string. Let me decrease the size. This is also to its put our full name right here. Okay. And after full name here, and let me bring this up. Okay, and go here. We need a string to, I'm going to use the string to operate substring. full name. This is where I'm going to close this man. Remember, we open it from here and we have to close it from here. Okay. And put, remember this is the closing PHP. Put a semicolon here. And now we can bring this up. Okay. Let me see. I see this. I don't think we miss any. Yeah. Let's see. I think everything looks good. There is no error. This opening, closing, opening, closing. Next, I want you to go to the next line. Okay. And to bring this down. Pass my PHP again for dict. Is the format. Okay. Now this one is string to time. Count. Okay. And what I'm going to do and put last scene, and now we can cut this in front of the single quote and bring this one down like this. Okay, and go here. And add a single quote here for the offline. Now this is the string to lower here. We have to close all Remember, we open the PHP here, we have to close it. Let me bring this up. Okay, but remember we have to close the PHP here, right here. And, oh no, like this. This is I opening, closing. Okay. Now, this is the next. Bring this up, opening, closing, opening, closing. Now, go to the next line, and then we are going to create another div and bring this down. Remember, we create the conversation template. This is what we're doing right now. I'm going to call it chart widget. This one for details. Okay. And we need a header. I call it h3. And pass my PHP here, and then close it at the same time. We don't want to forget. Okay, and let's work like this. Put oh no, not this one. HTML, this one. Okay. Full name. Okay. This is where we close it. Bring this closer. Okay, now go to the remember I told you for the last scene. You have to close it. Okay, and y string to time. Okay, bring this closer, and then now go here, open. Now this is where I'm going to bring this again, and I'm going to open another PHP here. Okay, let's close it at the same time. And it and I use our string to time. Okay, and bring this closer. Okay, now opening, closing, and this is the last closing. Now bring this up. Okay guys, now next thing we are going to do Now let's continue for the Go script. Okay. Is the opening, the closing. Object. For the scroll bar now, let's working on the scroll bar. Let's working on the scroll bar. It and pass the message here. You are now. That's, remember, when the user login, okay, when the user login, and then after sending the name, let me show you. Let me go back to when you click here. Let me decrease this. Okay, when the user add your name, your email address, and then submit the form, and the message that said, if you go back to the introduction, you will see that, and that's a you are now chatting with. It will depend on, or we might found the admin or one of our operators. Okay. You are now chatting with. Okay, and now the called the PHP. Okay, opening, closing at the same time. We don't have to forget. Conversation. Full name. Okay, here and quote, and bring this closer now, and we have to add this. Okay. PHP. We pass the PHP here now. We will now create. If I'm going to create a for each loop. For each conversation here. For each conversation, and remove the rest for here. As did. Okay. We don't need this. We don't need this. And let me cut this, and let me bring up like this. Okay. Create a class called date. And closing at the same time. Let me see if I can increase this, guys. Okay, should be fine now. put date equal to date is the form y. And d. Let's take today's date like this, and then I say today. Okay. Okay. Like this. Okay. Now we got our PHP for each loop. This one is a chat. Message and pass my PHP, pass the closing at the same time. Use a session over here. This one is a chat widget account ID, this one right here, and equal to message. The single quote here, and after the single quote put a colon. Let me, after the colon, put a single quote, okay, and alt like this. And here after the closing PHP, put title equal title equal remember, let me show you something, because we're supposed to get a closing here and a space. This is where we add the title equal, and then let me decrease this, yes, and open PHP here, equal, and close it. And now I can bring title down here, okay. Now I can bring title down here and to continue adding our code here, okay. Now we have title, we have PHP for each loop div, okay, the div, we have a title, and then we have to set date, okay, and string to time message, submit it. Okay, and here we have to add on the PHP opening, closing here to display our message. Is the div, is the closing div. Okay, let me bring this up. Okay, is the block up. Now let's work with the attachment, guys. Okay, what I want to do is the closing here. Let's see the opening, closing, opening here, and we have the closing. Now add I'm going to say PHP and use a if statement. Attachment. Okay, go to the next line. Remember to bring this div, opening, closing, bring this down. Okay, now go to the next line. Message, you can take this one and put attachment. Add a PHP and the opening, closing, session, account ID. Okay, space, let's see, we got no, remove the, here we're supposed to get a single quote right like this and put the column, and after, let me remove alt, after the column the space right here, put a single quote. This is where we put alt like this. Okay, and now let's go to the next line. Okay, PHP, before, let me do it this way, because let me close it, go from the inside. Now I can put count here. I don't have to forget attachment. Okay, okay. Okay, is the opening closing div. I want you to go to the next line. Again, we need the class message attachment. That's this one for the links. Okay, and then use a PHP for each loop. Attachment. Okay, and we need opening PHP closing. Okay. Download. This is where we pass, where you can where you say download the attachment, and then we have to. I'm going to end the for each loop right here. Okay, and then opening, closing, and now let's close all our end and if statement. The for each loop, and we have another one. Okay, all of this should be this. And then we have this one. Bring this up, go down, attachments. Okay, now guys, now what I'm going to do, let's create the form. Okay, now let's create the form. For the action, post message.php. We will create post message.php file. That's why I say post message.php. Okay, and it's a method post. Okay, create a class called okay, and let me bring the closing form down. Autocomplete should be off. Okay, now creating our form. That the last part, guys, for part 7, last block of code. Okay, and let's create our input type text, the first one. Name, let's call it message. we accept multiple file. We accept multiple file. The same thing. PHP. Okay. I'm gonna increase this and call the class action. That's supposed, yeah, let me put this inside of a double quote right here. Okay, attach file. This is the symbol for that attach file. It's as a paper clip, that the icon for that. Okay, and here and the if statement. You got if, and this is where I end it. Now let's pass a class to view the emoji. You can send the message and add and call it. Okay, let's see, and go inside. This is chat score here, and bring this guy down. and for each loop. Okay, guys. Okay. This is the last part, well, part 7. Okay, and this is go to file and save all. Okay, and now I save everything, and this is now part 7, and this is the last block of code for part 7. Okay, the form. Okay, is the form. All right. Yes. Now this is the last part for part 7, last block of code for part 7. Okay, guys, thank you. This is where I'm going to start for part 7. Remember, this is a step-by-step tutorial. Next time we will create next time we will create conversations that PHP, and then find conversation, post message, notification logout. Okay, and now where we at? Conversation now. Okay, this is the last block of code, guys. Okay, so thank you for watching. If you do not subscribe yet, please do so, and I will really appreciate it, as I said that before. And also for those of you, for all of my subscribers, thank you. And anything, let me know in the comment box. And then also let me know, guys, what do you think about the new series, chat app, live chat, advanced system. Okay, and let me know in the comment box below. All right, see you in the next one. Stay tuned for part 8. All right, see you. Thank you. Bye bye.